Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 6.
Here's what's happening. New evidence was laid out today against the driver in the Woodmore bus crash. It shows Johnthony Walker may have been distracted shortly before the crash that killed 6 students.
Johnthony Walker was in court for the first time without being handcuffed. Channel 3's Michelle Herron brings us the newest developments.
For the first time, we heard the state's proof that the driver of the Woodmore school bus was on his phone at the time of the crash. Dressed in gray, Johnthony Walker said nothing as he left the courtroom after Tuesday's hearing. He's been out of jail on a $50,000 bond for more than 2 months, waiting for his trial. For Letitia Jones, it's hard seeing the man charged with killing her daughter out of handcuffs.
He don't need to be out. He still should be behind bars under the jail.
Walker's attorney spent the morning laying out why she believes evidence in the case should be thrown out, like pictures taken of the scene and during autopsies.
This case will be extremely difficult for the families of the victims. This case will be extremely difficult for everybody in the courtroom who is participating. I do not think that there is anything to be added to this case by the use of photographs.
She wants her client's driving history and prior complaints thrown out too. She believes 1,400 pages of data from his cell phone are not needed. But the state disagrees, saying attorneys have evidence Walker talked on his phone moments before the crash.
There is proof to indicate that Mr. Walker received a phone call right before the crash, and apparently the phone was still operable during that time.
The district attorney believes he can show a pattern of calls to the same person around the same time, dating back to a week before the crash happened. New information, Jones says, proves Walker caused the crash.
It was true, he was on the phone. Not only speeding, he was on the phone also, and he knew better.
That decision will be up to a jury, which will be chosen from Clarksville and sequestered in Chattanooga for the trial. The judge will hear arguments from both sides on the other issues on February 5th. The trial is set for February 27th. Reporting in Hamilton County, I'm Michelle Herron, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
The judge ruled today Johnthony Walker's phone records from jail will not be released, saying those calls could make it difficult for a jury to be unbiased. A new Tennessee law will ban talking on a cell phone in school zones. Starting January 1st, it will be a Class C misdemeanor, punishable by a fine of up to $50. The law says a person cannot be on a handheld cell phone when the warning flashers are in operation for school zones. Drivers can still use their phones hands-free. We'll look into other laws going into effect in 2018 later in this newscast.
The Tennessee Department of Human Services has issued 4 violations